Hey you, what up? How you doing? I'm Maryam, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today's video is going to be your best guide to the best makeup of 2021 thus far. I have put together this look using all of my favorites, all the products that I have been reaching for the most, products that I'm continuously loving, using up, and wanting more of. If you are looking for the best current makeup product, this is the video for you. Save it, watch it later. Check the description for all the products that I've loved to help me put together this look. And with that said, let's get into this video. First, remember to subscribe so you can see all of my Wednesday and Sunday videos. And now let's get to it. Best makeup of 2021 so far, your guide. I come prepared, guys. Notes right in front of me. And of course, I'm gonna start with my current latest favorite primer for 2021, and it's the primer that I've been reaching for a lot lately, especially with this favorite foundation that I've been reaching for a lot lately. So I am talking about the Dominique Cosmetics Blur and Moisture Serum Primer. I don't know exactly how much it is, but price. What I like about this one is that it's a serum and a primer in one, so even if you skipped moisturizer like I did this morning, I tend to skip moisturizer a lot in the morning because my skin is very, very oily. This is something that can kind of compensate for that. But obviously, do what works for you. So now this is a serum primer that I've been reaching for a lot lately because it feels very lightweight, it feels hydrating, it feels cooling on the skin, it mattifies a little bit, it smooths out your texture a little bit. It's not super heavy, it's not like a putty primer like my Essence Tinted Primer, the one that I've been loving since 2020. This is a more recent discovery and it works better with some of those super full coverage foundations, those that are a little bit tricky to glide, like a thicker formula. And this primer actually helps some of those foundations glide on a little bit better, which you will see in the next step. All right, so skin is nicely primed and prepped. This primer has just a pinch of stickiness, but not too much. It still gives you that nice slip. Moving on to foundation. In the foundation category, so far in 2021, I have been loving the new Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I use the shade 10, which corresponds with my 290 Fenty foundation. Fenty, I said that funny. But I'm not gonna use this one today because I feel like I used it fairly recently in one of my videos from like a couple of times ago. So instead, today I'm going for a more makeup-y look, like more full coverage on the skin. So I'm gonna be using my CATRICE True Skin Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. The shade that I use is 046 Neutral Toffee, and this has been probably my most reached for foundation of 2021. And I especially love it with the Dominique Cosmetics Blur Serum Primer. Why? Because it gives it that really nice, satisfying glide. Do you see what I mean? It just makes this foundation absolutely effortless to apply. Whereas with my Essence Tinted Primer, which by the way is the sister brand of CATRICE, for some reason they're not as compatible as I thought they would be, especially since they are from sister brands. I guess also because this is such a full coverage foundation, the slippery serum primer underneath almost gives it a chance to sort of shear itself out. And it's a nice even shear. It's not blotchy, it's not uneven, it's just right. Now, another reason why I've been loving this foundation is because it feels like a luxury foundation for a drugstore price. $11 is the price of this product, and it's quite shocking, literally. The coverage is incredible. I also feel like it's very skin smoothing. It's very perfecting, pore friendly, texture friendly, acne friendly, oily AF skin friendly. I'm speaking from experience. I've done a wear test on this one. Check it out if you haven't already. Swears beautifully. I mean, I can just go on and on. This is probably definitely going to make it into my 2021 best of makeup video. You know, those videos that I conduct at the end of the year? It's in the #1 slot right now. I haven't found anything better. So if you can get your hands on this foundation, you have my blessing. Go for it. Looks so pretty. Moving right along. Another product that I've been reaching a lot for, and this is not necessarily in the foundation category, although you can use it instead of foundation. I am talking about the Auric Glow Lust in the shade Pyrite. I've been reaching for this one a lot. I've been mixing it in with some of my foundations. I've also been using it on its own or as a highlighter. So today I'm gonna just plop a little bit on the back of my hand, and with my same old foundation brush, which is the IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection, I'm gonna just dab that to the high points of my cheeks, kind of like around the temple area, around my freckle area, just to enhance that even further, to give it that glow, to give it that nice luminosity, that dewiness. For those who don't know, Auric was created by a fellow fellow YouTuber, Samantha Ravindal, here on YouTube. She's also a makeup artist. She's also an Instagram influencer, and she's great. I love her approach to makeup. I love that she's an advocate for no filters, for real skin. And we love that here at Team Truth, you know? I've been liking this product a lot. I've been reaching for it a lot. And I gotta say, I like it a little bit more than some of its competitors. As much as I love the Becca Light Shifter tint, I like Orig's Glow Lust more. I will say it's very similar to Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless Filter product. However, this shade Pyrite is just a little bit better for me than the one that I use from Charlotte Tilbury. So that's kind of saying a lot. And I just feel like it gives you that dew. I also like mixing this in with my super matte foundations just to give them that extra boost of radiance. And I feel like it helps. Moving on to my favorite concealer of 2021 thus far. And it is the, where are you? Got you. Pure Push-Up 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealer. First of all, I love the packaging. Button, press, boom, easy peasy. No need to twist. I mean, some people might probably think that, oh, what's the big deal? But I think for a working makeup artist, this is a lot faster than having to twist it out. So even those seconds that you save make a big difference. I also love the fact that the shades correspond with their 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, which is one of my absolute favorite foundations of all time. So it's really easy to find your shade match. So for example, I am MG5 in Pure's foundation, but if I want to brighten with the concealer, I'm going a couple steps down to MG2. So it's the same undertone, G for golden. It's the same color family, M for medium, but just lighter, so I can brighten some of these areas and lift them, right? Right. Also, I like the fact that this concealer can be blended out almost into nothingness to make it look like your skin, but better, while still covering up imperfections. So it's great for a no makeup look. And if I were to do that, I'd probably just like use my finger to blend it out as opposed to a brush. But in this case, I'm going for a little bit more of a glam coverage, which is why I'm using the brush method. So here I'm kind of using the brush method under my eye, and then I'm blending down the rest with my finger because I don't want it to cover up my freckles. Okay, cool. Shall we talk about my favorite blush from 2021 thus far? Can you guess what it is? I won't make you wait, I'll tell you. It's the Natasha Denona Love Cheek Duo Cream Blush and Highlighter. Never mind the highlighter. The highlighter is great, but it's not as great as this cream blush. The reason why I love this one is because it's so damn flexible. You can use this blush on top of your foundation or on top of your bare skin, or you could even use this one on top of powder after you have set or even baked your face. Yeah, I know. That is very, very flexible. That's not something that a lot of cream blushes do, but this one is a unique formulation. It's got a very cushiony sort of bounce to it, and because it's more of a cream to powder formulation is I think what makes it so damn easy to use and so damn flexible. I'm gonna use it on top of my foundation today. I like that it's dewy but not shimmery at all. So it has a beautiful dewy matte finish, if that makes sense. I think this color is super gorgeous, super flattering on me or anyone who's more of a golden, yellow, olive undertone. Just has such a nice, fresh burst of color that I absolutely love. Also, this blush wears very well. It wears all day. A little bit goes a long way, but it's not super easy to go overboard with this product. Blends out super nice. I think this is Natasha Denona's best complexion product thus far. I'm surprised I haven't seen many more people talk about it. Perhaps because this is a pricey product, but look how it just beautifies the face. Like, how can this not be a fave for me? Also, I might have told you the story in one of my previous videos about how I accidentally left this in the sun and the blush melted. Like, literally it melted into liquid. And I was super sad and I thought it wasn't gonna form back into a solid, but I hid it in a dark place and it came back into place, and it's just as good as it was before. Like, the sun didn't even ruin the formula. Love this blush. Definitely my favorite and my most reached for 2021 thus far. Okay, powder time. I think you already know. The one that I've been reaching for the most is One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. This is the mini. I love the fact that they have options for a mini or a full size. The shade that I use the most is translucent because it works for my under eye for brightening or all over the face. Doesn't shift the color of my foundation or my concealer, which I appreciate because I worked on my foundation and my concealer already. I like the way that it looks and I don't want my powder to change the color. I just wanted to set it. I feel like it's great for setting. Also, extremely extremely smoothing and blurring. I mean, look at this. Look at this. And then look at this. Look at this. And then look at this. Case in point. All right, let's make a match. Basically, if you have any types of pores or texture on your skin, not that we don't welcome pores and texture, it's totally fine. But if you feel like maybe your pores or texture are a little too much, especially with certain foundations that enhance pores or texture, this is a powder you need. You need this one in your life because it is super smoothing. Also, if you have mature skin, if you have fine lines, again, you need this powder in your life. I get the sense that Patrick formulated this to work for his own skin type. And even though his skin is amazing, it's really good, it's very smooth, he is still a man who grows hair on his face, and for him it takes a different level of smoothing to make his face a flawless canvas the way that he does. If that was the inspiration, just hear that for a second and let that speak to you, because I truly think this is one of the most smoothing powders, and loose powders at that I've ever tried. It is definitely my favorite product from One Size thus far. So far, my favorite brow products are from NYX. Super inexpensive. You can find NYX at Target or at drugstores, at Ulta, basically anywhere and everywhere, even at beauty supply stores. So the brow glue has been my absolute favorite brow product go-to for the past couple of months or so. Basically, this feels and looks much thicker than a brow gel, more like a brow glue as the name suggests, and also has a bit of a waxy component to it. But basically, this product is very versatile. It allows you the flexibility to do pretty much anything with your brows, whether you want a feathery look or a laminated glued down look, which I often go for, or even if you want just a really clean, neat brow, you could do that as well. What I like to do is brush the product through the entire length of my brows, also kind of coat the back of the hairs because my brows are very unruly, as you can see. I like to brush it up, and then the tail end is something that I do like to glue down, but you can't exactly use this spoolie to glue it down because then it'll get contaminated with your foundation, things like that, and you don't want that. I already have tons of cat hairs in it, which is honestly not ideal. I just like to use a flat edge like this ABH tweezers flat edge, and I just like to press the brows down, glue them to my skin. This becomes really easy to do. The thing is, with this product, you kind of have to move quickly, so talking through it the way that I'm doing right now isn't always ideal, but honestly, you get used to it very quickly too. It's not like a huge learning curve. Basically, if you move slow, the product will dry down to a waxy white sort of finish, and you definitely don't want that. But anyway, so now that my brow is groomed, I kind of like the shape. I feel like it matches this one. The next product that I'm also loving from NYX, and it's my favorite from 2021, is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. I use the shade black because my eyebrows or my eyebrow hairs are black, and so I feel like this matches them better than brown. At this point, I just fill in from the bottom wherever I feel like I'm missing hairs or I want a little fuller look. And bam, super easy, absolutely my faves. There hasn't really been anything better than this thus far. The price is right, it does exactly what it says it's gonna do. It makes my brows so manageable. Like, I can do so much with my brows now. So I've been experimenting a lot with just different shapes and different styles, feathery brows, boy brows, laminated brows, clean brows, just everything using these two products. And it's also quick and easy. Damn, I'm really liking how I'm looking thus far. I feel like on a day where I'm not really doing anything, I would probably stop right here. I would just maybe add like a lip balm or just like something like a tint to my lips, maybe curl my lashes, and I'd be good to go out the door. But for the purpose of this video, we are going to continue. So the bronzer that I have been reaching for the most has been the JACLYN Cosmetics Bronze and Blushing Duo. The shade that I've been loving a lot is the Yummy Toffee / Stay Rosy combo. I've been reaching for the Yummy Toffee a lot. It's kind of like my favorite bronzer for my skin tone, but I've also been using the Sun-Kissed and Bronze Moment one as well, especially in the winter time where I want just a little bit more color for the cheek and a little bit less color for the bronzing. But now that we're getting into the warmer weather months, this has been my most used one. What I like about these bronzers is that they are very buildable. So they go on kind of light at first, giving you just a glaze of color, but But if you want to build up, if you want to sculpt or give yourself more of a sunny complexion, you can easily just add more on top. So I like the idea of a buildable bronzer a lot more than a bronzer that is, say, very pigmented from the start. Like that makes it a little bit harder, especially for me who has to kind of be careful with how I contour and how I bronze up because, you know, my face is already pretty naturally contoured. I have prominent cheekbones. I have a pretty pointy nose that I never ever contour. But I do like to add a little bit of bronziness or just like a little bit of a sun-kissed vibe to my overall complexion. And I feel like with this bronzer, it's really easy for myself to achieve that look. I also gotta say this, there have been a lot of bronzers that have recently launched in 2021, but I've been reaching for these the most because they are huge. The component is absolutely massive, so it doesn't really fit in my drawers. I keep them in a tray on top of my drawers here, so probably that's another reason why I've been reaching for them more, just because they are in my face all the time. So that's something to be noted. And yes, I also do love the product. Next, I have a new favorite eyeshadow primer, and it's from Rare Beauty. It kind of reminds me of my Fenty Beauty primer, but it's different. This one has a lot more pigment. Because it has a lot more pigment, I wish they had different shades in this primer because this is obviously very light and is not going to work for everybody, especially if you're going for an everyday makeup look or perhaps maybe you're not using too much pigment. But you can see it's a very light primer. The reason why I like it is because it's extremely smoothing. I am someone who has some texture right here in this part of my eye. I'm not sure why, but I do. I'm always a little hesitant to apply too much eyeshadow in that spot just because I don't want to enhance the texture. But this primer is super smoothing and it just adds this veil of perfection over that area. So for that reason, I've been liking it a lot ever since I recently discovered it. And I've been reaching for it nonstop since then. Is it as grippy or as eyeshadow enhancing as my Fenty Beauty primer? No, it's not. But it's different in the sense that it's actually texture perfecting. And for me, with textured lids, this is a plus. Moving right along. So it's spring. Naturally, I'm gravitating more towards colors, towards pastels, pops of color, etc. I've been using my Artist Couture Ethereal Bloom palette a lot, but then I actually realized that I'm using it way too much and I need to give some love to Natasha Denona Circo Loco. Ever since I mentioned that in one of my videos, I started reaching for this nonstop. And I really also wanted to test out this palette, not in like a super dramatic avant-garde, very high glam sort of way. I wanted to wear it in a very everyday pop of color type of way. So today I'm gonna do just that and show you why I've been loving the Circo Loco palette. Yes, I know it's very expensive. It's like $129 expensive, but it is just so damn good. The quality of Natasha Denona eyeshadows can be beat, in my opinion. It's just right. So for today, I'm just gonna go for a very subtle look. I'm gonna go for this shade here called Cotton Candy. It looks very pale, and it is very pale, but I'm just using this as a base. Basically adding this to the contour of my eye. I love this shadow because even though it's pink, it has a lilac or lavender undertone, so it can easily work with cooler shadows. This is Wayne Goss 06 brush. It's either a single brush or a brush from one of the collections, but I'll link it down below if I can find it. Just a nice pink pastel-y wash of color. You see it? Easy. Gonna use the same brush, no big deal. Gonna dip into Magic, which is a very Prince Purple Rain grapey purple. We love that. Another matte shade. I'm just gonna use this to give myself a little bit of definition. Just love how easy it is with Natasha Denona shadows. Literally, I only dipped once and I'm getting all of this payoff. That is what I signed up for. Just kind of defining this outer crease, outer socket area, using the edge of that brush, just blending it up, blurring it out, like that, easy. And again, I have not re-dipped back into the palette. This is just that one first initial pickup. I mean, need I say more? Let's do the other side. Gonna dip a little more. There's absolutely no fallout with these eyeshadows. They're so easy to use, so easy to blend. How nice. I'm gonna dip back into Cotton Candy, the first shade, and I'm just gonna go over some of these edges on both eyes, kind of just using the flat edge of the brush just to make everything a little bit more blended, a little bit more smooth, like that. So pretty, so springy, so easy. Love that. All right, am I crazy for wanting to use the same brush for the third color? Just gonna wipe that real quick. Third color is gonna be Funtamime to be exact. Gonna dip that and just add that lightly to the lid, to the entire lid. But I want it to be a wash of color, so I don't want this to be like a crazy popping blue, which is why I'm applying it with the brush rather than with my finger. You see that? It's almost like a cotton candy vibe. Like we have color, we have spring, but it's still very, very wearable. This is what I'm going for. And still, no fallout. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit with my finger just to the outer portion where the blue meets the purple, kind of like that. And then I'm gonna continue blending, maybe add just a little bit more of that magic purple just to blend those two together a little more. And honestly, I'm here for this. I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush, a little bit more cotton candy, and I'm gonna run that through the entire orbital bone, just back and forth to give it that one last final blend of pink. Oh, and that's it. If you want like a little bit of a pop, like a pinchy poo of a pop, you can go for aerialist or snow cone, just like in the center, but I kind of want to keep it matte for right now. I actually just want to move on to lashes. Laura Mercier eyelash curler, not from 2021, but my fave of all time. Just gonna curl those lashes up to the crease in my case. But if you're following along with me and if you have long lashes, then curl them up to the heavens, baby. Oh, cat hair. Oh, cat hair. Holy crap. All right, my favorite mascara of 2021 so far is the Wet n Wild Big Poppa Mascara. I have a brand new one here because I love it so much. So I love this one because I can wear this non-waterproof formula on my Asian lashes and on my eye shape. It absolutely does not smudge in the corner or in the epicanthic fold, does not cause unflattering staining. Basically, it's my ride or die for 2021 so far, and I especially love it because it's so incredibly buildable. As much as I love waterproof formulas for my lashes, I can't seem to successfully build up the lash using those formulations. So when I discovered this Big Poppa mascara and the fact that it works so great on me and I was able to use it to build up the lash, I was immediately hooked. I think a lot of you guys would agree, since it's not just me talking about this mascara. I mean, everyone is talking about this mascara. It's sold out all the time, just like the Maybelline Sky High mascara. That one I was not able to get my hands on. I heard it's really good. I definitely want to try it out, but I have not seen it anywhere. And truthfully, I don't think Maybelline is planning on sending PR for that one because they don't need to. But again, I can't vouch for that one. I have not tried it, but this one I can vouch for. Come on, one coat on my tiny little lashes. This is that mascara for me that makes me feel like I don't need falsies. I don't need a liquid liner. I don't need a wing. I don't need anything. I feel like I don't even really need a second coat. My lashes are so big. Oh, so good. Lashes is where it's at. Also, if you want to know my lashes technique, like what I do to maximize my very short, very straight Asian lashes, I do have a video on that I will link up here, down here, and also show you right here what it looks like. Click it. Let's move on to some lips, shall we? The lip liner that I have been reaching for the most in 2021. Oh, shoot, did I not bring it in here? What a hot ass mess I am. It's gotta be in here. Ah, yes it is, yes it is, it is. I found it. So the lip liner that I have been reaching for the most this year has been Dusk by Persona Cosmetics. I don't actually believe this came out in 2021, probably like at the very end of 2020, but this has been my most reached for, my most used color because it very closely resembles my natural lip color, just like a little bit pinker, a little bit brighter. And also the formula of these lip liners, lip pencils, is just so damn great. Super pigmented, super smooth. I mean, you can honestly use this as a lipstick. Absolutely effortless glide. I do need to sharpen mine though. Hang on. Don't get distracted, Maryam. Sharpen your lip liner. Damn, I went in. I really sharpened that bitch. I mean, just so good. Actually, there isn't anything I don't like from Persona Cosmetics. All their products are incredible, but their lip products are absolutely my favorite. They are just solid. For the lip color category, I have two products that I've been reaching for nonstop. The first one being these Maybelline Ultimatte lipsticks. These are super good. They come in an array of colors, very pillowy, very cushiony, very pigmented on the lips, easy to wear under a mask because they're not super transferable. Although they do transfer, it is a traditional lipstick, not a liquid lipstick. Just the formulation is really good. Reminds me of those YSL skinny lipsticks that are much, much, much pricier, much more pricey, sorry. Today, I'm not actually going to reach for the Ultimate lipsticks. I feel like I've worn them a lot in my previous videos. I am going to reach for a lip balm. Yeah, a lip balm. Unusual for me because I'm not really a lip balm type of gal. I wear my lip balm at night only when I go to bed so that my lips aren't chapped in the morning. But I've never really seen lip balms as like a part of my daily ritual or like repertoire for my makeup, you know, until I discovered Charlotte Tilbury's new lip balms. These basically, they look like lipsticks and I have been using them non-stop. You can see. So this shade here is Pillow Talk, which is the iconic shade from Charlotte Tilbury's entire line. She has Pillow Talk lip liners. She has different shades of those lip liners. She has an eyeshadow palette from that collection, and now she has a lip balm. What I love about this lip balm is that basically it feels as comfortable as a lip balm on your lips, except, wait for it, this pigment is crazy. How can it look this good and feel like a lip balm? Honestly, probably my first time experiencing a lip product like this. Let me show you. This is glossy. This is super glossy, except without the feel of a lip gloss, without that heavy, goopy, sticky, melting type of feeling. This just feels really easy on the lips. It's not heavy, definitely feels balmy, but the fact that it is this gorgeous and this reflective, this glossy is amazing. So this is Pillow Talk and this right here is Romance Kiss, just like super pigmented. If you're looking for a lip balm, something that's comfortable on the lips, but something that also looks extremely luxurious, look no further. This is the one product that you need. And last but not least, we have come to the highlighter category. The highlighter that I've been reaching for the most in 2021 has been the JACLYN Cosmetics Sparks highlighter. This one, ta-da! This has been my favorite highlighter from her entire highlighters collection. I feel like the color is gorgeous, just to my liking. Has a yellow undertone, has that golden reflect, just very flattering on someone like myself. Also, the powder is microfine, it's not heavy, it doesn't amplify any of your skin imperfections or texture. It's just good. I'm even gonna take just a little bit of this product and add some to my inner corners, just for that little kiss of highlight right here. So just a little bit on my nose bridge. Maybe a pinchy poo right here on the brow bone. Nothing too crazy, just a little. And voila, the look using my Ride or Dies from 2021 so far. Shall we model it? Overall, I gotta say I'm very, very pleased with this look. It makes me feel very current, very fresh, very springy, and just well put together, you know? Something that I would actually go for if I had an event, if I had a meeting in the city, or perhaps even a dinner date with my girlfriends, or even with Lee. This is something that makes me feel just a little bit more elevated than how I've been doing my makeup this past year. Just like a little bit more ready for the opening of the season, if you know what I mean. Or just like the opening in general. You definitely know what I mean. And moreover, it's a look that makes me feel good because I used all the products that I'm really familiar with, products that I've been reaching for a lot, and products that work, that simply work to make the whole makeup process just really easy and enjoyable. That is what I look for the most when doing my makeup. I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to be a meditative sort of experience where I am one with myself and with my brushes and with my paints, and I'm able to just express the way that I feel on the inside, on the outside, on this face of a canvas that you see here. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like this look, and I hope you agree with some of my favorite products of 2021 thus far. Comment down below, let me know what your favorite products have been so far, and let's chat. At this point, I am going to zoom on out from this video so that you can check out more videos over here, and I will see you guys in the next one. I love you, sending you positive spring vibes. Mwah.